This is Man Up TV with Lucas and Joe. We're rocking out our health and our lives. Today is part 3 of the emotional eating series. Last video, part 2, we talked about some physical ways that you can manage cravings in the moment. Drinking water, deep breathing, moving around. Today we're going to talk about the inner game. So what can we do about these inner thoughts and inner emotions that's kind of leading us to be succumbing to these cravings? So you're saying, Lucas, that we should actually not fight against the cravings. Don't we have to, beat ourselves up because we have these cravings and, fight it out of us, be warriors?
Yeah, we definitely want to be warriors with our cravings, and we can use our will to just do what we said we would do, right? And not succumb to the inner state. But if we notice that the power is disappearing, then we want to take a little different tact. You can still be a warrior about it, but what the shift is, stop resisting and start listening. Mm-hmm. So understand that your body is highly intelligent. If you think about everything that's going on in your body at every level, down to the cellular level, it's unfathomable. Everything your body temperature, your pH, your blood sugar, your blood pressure, all of it's being managed without you. So your cravings are actually part of that intelligence. And so there's a message. And oftentimes we just don't understand what the message is, or we don't listen to it. Mm-hmm. So stop resisting and start listening. That's step number 4 if you've been following along from the last video.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So really just thinking of these cravings as a message and really being more of a warrior about understanding it and listening to it.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so what's step number 5? For disappearing the cravings.
So inside of listening, one of the most powerful things we can do is ask questions, right? So usually with the craving, we have a repetitive kind of thought pattern and way of looking at life. When we ask questions, it starts to expand. So you can ask questions like, just ask what am I feeling, right? Because sometimes there's deeper than the surface kind of feeling. So underneath anger, oftentimes is fear or sadness. So what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? What triggered this? What am I committed to that's at risk right now? So sometimes it could be if I don't eat or drink that thing, I'm not going to be able to get that project done. So it's used for that kind of reason. So it's just look okay, well, I'm committed to being productive. Or it's if I don't have that drink, I'm not going to be able to relax and enjoy myself. Okay, so I'm committed to being relaxed and enjoying myself. Identify the commitment. Another good question is, how could I meet this need, right? How could I fulfill on my commitment in a way that I would be proud of, in a way that would keep my positive momentum going, that would have me feel better tomorrow than I do today?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And so after we ask ourselves some of these questions, maybe dive down to understanding a little bit more, what's the final step?
So the final step is, if you do have a creative idea or a way to meet that need, a plan of action. So you've got your plan of action because you listened, and then communicate that with someone. So it goes back to video 1, which is give your word, keep your word. So then you might talk to a friend and say, hey, I was having this craving. I've got this commitment to my health and to my fitness, and here's what I'm going to do instead. Right? So give your word and keep your word. Now, you're not guaranteed that these steps are going to work for you, but at least you have a fighting chance. And the only way that it will work for you, if it does, is if you practice it, right? So you want to write all 6 of these down. Deep breathing, glass of water, movement, listen, ask questions, and communicate. Those are your 6 steps. Write them down, put them in places where you typically get cravings, and start practicing. And that's how you can have breakthroughs with your emotional eating.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, if this was helpful for you, please share it with a friend or family member. Subscribe to us on YouTube. 30-Day Man Up TV. This is Lucas and Joe signing off. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.